Hello and welcome to FDS News. My name is Nate and I'm your host. On Wednesday, February 2nd, Hasbro named a new CEO for its Wizards of the Coast and digital gaming division. Business Insider reported that Cynthia W. Williams has been named the new CEO. She is joining Hasbro from Microsoft, most recently holding the position of General Manager and Vice President of Gaming Ecosystem Commercial Team. In addition, Business Insider reported that Tim Fields has been appointed Senior Vice President and General Manager of Digital Gaming. He hails from Kabam Games, where he held the title of CEO. Ms. Williams released the statement, joining the team whose passion and imagination created such iconic games as Magic the Gathering and Dungeons & Dragons is a dream come true. With best-in-class developers, designers, and producers, the opportunities at Wizards of the Coast for creative storytelling and innovative gameplay are limitless. I look forward to working with Chris, Tim, Hasbro, and the entire Wizards of the Coast team to build on their incredible momentum and deliver exciting new experiences for our fans globally. Mr. Fields released the statement, as a lifelong gamer who has been playing Dungeons & Dragons and Magic the Gathering since I was a child, I am thrilled to be joining the Wizards and Hasbro family to develop the next generation of AAA digital games. Working alongside such a talented team and under Cynthia's leadership, I look forward to bringing the love of these brands to millions more players around the world. I'm not usually one to play favorites, but she mentioned MTG first, so I like her better. Both appointments start on February 21st, 2022. In other news, Sensei's Divining Top is going to be in Kamigawa Neon Dynasty! Okay, not really. It's not in Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, but it has been added to the list. The group of cards that are placed randomly in set boosters. It will be joined with other such powerhouse cards like Kiki Jiki Mirror Breaker and Umezawa's Jite. A couple dozen more cards are being added while a bunch are being removed like they do every few sets. Link in the description to the article released on February 3rd if you want to check out the full list of cards that were added and removed. In an article on February 4th, Wizards noted that there will be product delays for Kamigawa Neon Dynasty in Thailand. The article states that it is due to unforeseeable logistical issues in the region. Updates will be posted on their website when more is known. On January 8th, Wizards released the deck lists for the 2022 Challenger decks. For those unaware, the Challenger decks are 60-card decks that are designed to be competitive in the current standard meta. It also includes a 15-card sideboard for a total of 75 cards. Notable inclusions are 4 copies of Ranger class and 1 copy of Goldspan Dragon in the Gruul deck. The mono white deck and the Dimir deck have snow basic lands, and yes, I called it, Thalia Guardian of Thraben is in the mono white deck. Also notably in the mono white deck is 3 copies of Faceless Haven, a card they banned 2 weeks ago. That's a bit awkward. According to the article, the mono white Challenger deck will be legal to play in standard tournaments, but only as is. Basically, you can't change the deck list at all if you plan to keep Faceless Haven in it. Otherwise, Faceless Haven is illegal everywhere else. That's not confusing at all. On the official Commander website on Monday, February 7th, an article was posted that announced that there would be no bans at this time in the format. This seemed to displease many, as some cards have been singled out by the community as being somewhat problematic. Namely, Thassa's Oracle, Tergrid God of Fright, and Dockside Extortionist. At least those were the ones the article specifically called out. As a quick aside on the point of Dockside Extortionist, it definitely speaks to the breadth and width of the format of Commander, considering personally I had not considered this card to be problematic. In fact, all this talk of banned Dockside was confusing the hell out of me. I mean, they just spoiled Dockside Chef. How was it so broken that it needed a preemptive ban? The article went on to say that those cards don't seem to rise to the problematic level in playgroups that have a strong social contract. What is this social contract they speak of? The FAQ on the website states that the social contract is a commonly used nickname for a fundamental philosophy of Commander. It can be summed up as don't play games that you don't want to. By extension, players should collectively be encouraging a game where everyone has fun. Winning is good, but prioritizing a collective positive experience is a secret to Commander's enduring success. This also seems to play very closely with the concept of Rule Zero. The FAQ explains, Rule Zero is a long-standing tradition in many games. It is the philosophy that each group is best at deciding what is most fun for them, and are encouraged to change the rules within their group to make that happen. Rule 0, or a Rule 0 conversation in terms of EDH, often is more specifically referring to a conversation had right before everyone shuffles up and plays a game of Commander. This lack of ban makes sense as the Rules Committee has been emphasizing these concepts quite extensively these last few years. I think this is in response to the explosion of popularity of the format, as well as Wizards leaning into design for EDH. The exponential rise in player base, along with cards specifically designed for Commander, has led some to say it's fundamentally changing the format and, dare I say, ruining it. I can't speak to ruining Commander, but it seems Sheldon Menery and the Rules Committee have decided to take the stance that Commander is a casual format, and that if you don't want Dockside Extortionist in your games, then you can ban it if you want. Only when a card is fundamentally broken in the format, Lutri the Spellchaser for example, will the Rules Committee step up with a ban. This is definitely a difficult line to walk, having an official casual format. And while many would probably prefer to have the blessing of a larger governing body to say, no, you can't play that card, it makes sense why this governing body wants to be more hands-off. Personally, I'm a big proponent of Rule 0 in the social contract. This comes from many nights playing against decks that were tailor-made to suck the fun out of every turn like tiny cardboard dementors. Yes, Eric, I'm talking about your decks. At the same time, I recognize that Rule 0 and the social contract concept aren't without their flaws. A tweet I saw the other day summed it up nicely. Dana Roach on Twitter said, "One problem with Rule 0 is it's been my experience that the people who do the best with it are people who tend to play in a way that least needs a Rule 0 conversation. And the people who do the worst job with it are the people who tend to want to play in a way that most needs it." I see this play out on Twitter anytime this topic comes up. By the way, follow me on Twitter, FDS_MTG. What's the answer? I don't know. It's an imperfect solution to a big issue that many players and playgroups are grappling with. At the same time, I find it fascinating, because this singular format gives everyone a way to enjoy the game. Some of us tune and optimize our decks and play CEDH, others just want to have a good time, and then you have the ones trying to make Antelope Tribal a thing. We all just need to find the specific playgroup that works for us. That about does it for today. Like, subscribe, and click on stuff. Yo, for its Wizards of the... Wow, that was... Made it a sentence and a half. Business Insider named a menu with Best in Developers class. Sensei's Divining Top is in, and Umezawa's Jite. A couple dozen more cards are being added. That was a weird point to swallow. That were added and removed. I'm going to read that again because I breathed weird. And set boosters. In an article on February 4th, Wizards Turgrid, God of I'm gonna have a real hard time. Turgrid, Challenger decks. The words that my mouth wanted to say were not the words on the page. This show is part of the CIP network, inspiring creativity, one episode at a time.